So, difficulties for you, new Secretary of State. 10 big questions that you might like to think about, asking your civil servants, asking your ministerial colleagues, and so on. Is it possible to do anything? A lot of this rests on people changing their behaviour. We know that's difficult. People can be persuaded to change behaviour. Sometimes they can be ordered to change behaviour. They can be bribed to change behaviour. But what are you going to do? The network priority. All the traffic on the, certainly on the highways agency network, tends to be treated equally. I can just about remember, going back more years than perhaps I should, why the motorways were built. I'm sure I was told when I was a schoolboy that the motorways were being built to route heavy goods vehicles round the major city centres and metropolitan areas just to take the traffic away. That's not what they're being used for. Should we bring in some sort of network prioritisation? Could we say, for example, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m, the M25 is going to give priority to trucks. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m, priority to passengers. 10 till 4, it's open to anybody, and then in the evening we'll have a similar prioritisation scheme. It could be one way of delivering a gain to the freight and logistics industry, and a gain to the management of the commuting traffic. But it's one of these things that nobody wants to think about, but I think it's got to go on the agenda. It's got to be looked at. Can we get throughput without construction? Well, we know we can do something with advanced traffic management, the managed motorways, the M42 trial. We know we're going to get reduced emission vehicles, but when? What are they? How are people going to use them? If they're electric, who's winning the argument? There are those who say we've got enough capacity in the power stations to charge them. That's probably true, except that we'll all want to charge them at the same time. We'll all go home, and round about 6:30, 7:30, we'll all put the car on charge. And I'm sure the network certainly won't cope with that in winter, might not even cope in summer. Another question for you, Secretary of State. Previous governments of all flavours have said they want to do something about modal shift. Do you want to do something about modal shift? What is it? Are you going to try and get people out of cars and onto public transport? How are you going to decongest without road charging of some sort? You're probably going to have to integrate far more the management of the local networks by local authorities and their urban traffic management, and the highways agency's national traffic management of the UK's trunk road network, because one feeds the other. It's no good the highways agency not knowing that something's turned out at the NEC, Wembley Stadium, Lord's Cricket Ground, and a great burst of traffic is about to hit the network. It doesn't make sense for anybody not to know what's coming.